Today, we're diving into the world of thermal winter work gloves, specifically looking at models like the DeWalt DPG737L EU.
Yeah, winter gloves for work are way more than just keeping your hands warm. They play a huge role in safety, especially on cold job sites.
Absolutely. It's interesting how these gloves combine both insulation and dexterity. Have you ever tried working with thick gloves and ended up fumbling everything?
Oh, all the time. I remember once dropping a whole box of screws because my gloves were too bulky. Thermal gloves like these seem to tackle that problem pretty well.
Right, the DeWalt DPG737L EU claims to have a snug fit that doesn't sacrifice movement. Do you think that's actually possible with winter gloves?
I think so, especially with modern materials. These gloves use a thermal lining and have a latex coating for grip, so in theory, you get warmth and can still handle tools.
The latex coating is interesting. It's meant to provide grip even in wet conditions. That's a game changer for people working outdoors where surfaces can get slippery.
Exactly, and the thermal lining is usually something like brushed acrylic, which traps heat, but you don't want it to get sweaty inside either.
Moisture is definitely an issue. Some gloves get clammy fast. I wonder if these models address breathability at all.
From what I've read, the design does try to balance warmth and ventilation, but I guess it's always a trade-off. Too breathable and you lose heat, too sealed and you sweat.
That's the eternal glove struggle. Another thing is the wrist area. These gloves have an elasticated cuff. That should keep snow and cold air out.
I like that feature. When you're working outside and the wind is howling, you don't want cold air sneaking in. It's almost like wearing a scarf, but for your wrists.
Good comparison. I've also noticed that the DeWalt gloves come in different sizes. That's crucial because ill-fitting gloves can actually be dangerous.
Yeah, if they're too loose, you lose grip and control. Too tight, and your hands go numb. It's like trying to play piano with oven mitts.
Ha! And you certainly don't want oven mitts on a construction site. Speaking of safety, these gloves also have a high visibility design, right?
Yes, the bright colours help others spot your hands easily. That's handy, especially in busy environments where machinery is moving around.
Safety is always a priority. But how about durability? Do you think these gloves can last through a tough winter?
I'd say so. The latex coating should resist abrasion, and the thermal lining is pretty robust. But like all gear, I guess it depends how rough you are on them.
True. Some people seem to turn new gloves into rags in a week. Have you ever had a pair that just fell apart on you?
Oh, definitely. I once had a pair that ripped at the seams after just a few days. That's why reinforced stitching on winter gloves is a big plus.
Exactly. The DeWalt gloves mention reinforced areas, which is reassuring. I also like that they're designed for both professional and DIY use.
That's smart. Not everyone using these is on a construction site. Some people just want to shovel the driveway without freezing their fingers off.
Or walking the dog in January. Warm, grippy gloves can make all the difference, even for simple daily tasks.
For sure. And let's not underestimate how miserable it can be to have cold, wet hands. It just ruins your whole day.
I agree. I think a lot of people underestimate the value of investing in good gloves. It's not just about comfort, it's about preventing injuries too.
Frostbite is no joke. Plus, numb fingers mean you can't work efficiently, and that's risky if you're handling tools.
Speaking of which, do you think these gloves make it easier to use smartphones or touchscreens? That's a big deal for people needing to check plans or messages while working.
That's a good question. I don't think these specific gloves are touchscreen compatible, but with the snug fit, maybe you could get away with it for quick taps.
Or use your nose like some people do when it's really cold.
Desperate times call for creative solutions, but seriously, maybe that's something manufacturers could add in future versions.
Definitely. So, for someone looking for winter work gloves, what do you think are the top 3 features to look for?
I'd say insulation, grip, and fit. If you get those right, you'll be set for most tasks.
I'd add durability as a close fourth. No one wants to buy new gloves every 2 weeks.
Agreed. And maybe a dash of style. Not that you're walking the runway, but hey, bright gloves are harder to lose.
That's true. Plus, they make you look like you mean business. I think gloves like the DeWalt DPG737L EU really check a lot of those boxes.
I'd say so. It's nice to see work gear getting the same innovation as sports or outdoors equipment.
Yeah, gone are the days of sacrificing comfort for safety. Now you can have both and maybe even look cool doing it.
So, if you had to choose between warm but slippery gloves or cold but grippy gloves for a winter workday, Which would you pick?
Tough call. I think I'd go for grippy gloves and just keep moving to stay warm. Slippery gloves are just an accident waiting to happen.
I'm with you on that. No one wants to chase after drop tools in the snow.
Exactly. Well, I think we've covered the essentials. Any final thoughts?
Just that the right gloves can turn a miserable winter day into a productive one. It's a small thing with a big impact.
Couldn't agree more. Maybe next time we'll look at heated gloves. Now that's a topic worth getting your hands on.
I see what you did there. But seriously, do you think heated gloves are the future, or will classics like these stick around?
That's a great question to leave our listeners with. Are you team high-tech, or do you prefer tried and true gear?
Let us know what you think, and stay warm out there.